Yeah, this is the topic we need to cover actually. Okay, so basically, what on the as we discussed in the last session itself, right? Basically, what weight means. One second, wait, let me get comfort. No. What weight means is like no, because pretty much nowadays, in olden days, right now, it used to be static web pages. When I say static web pages, means like no, bunch of images, text, and text and labels. That's all to it. Okay. No, there is no dynamic. That's why it used to take long time to load. Once it loads, right, that's it. Everything is loaded. Okay. Nowadays, what people are doing is like, no, pretty much most of the development is done in using Ajax or else, using JavaScript or Ajax or DOM. Everything is like DOM objects. Okay. When they say DOM means like, what DOM means, like, dynamic object model. Okay. What dynamic about it is, right? Everything is loaded on need basis actually. When I say need basis, right, say for example, let me go with something. Okay, I don't know why it's a bit slow. My system is okay. Let me open anything. Okay, if you see this, right, see okay, you saw this first page, right? Okay, this is the one mouse. One second, wait, please. Yeah, okay. You see this page, right? When I loaded it, right, this was the first page which appeared, okay? If I click this one, right, there is a second page is coming, this is coming up, right? So how they would have designed it, like now if you are a good programmer, right, only this is required for the page to load. When I say only this is required, means, this is the only thing which is going to be visible to the web user. And then when I click this, or else after a couple of seconds only this is required. So what will happen is like no, the second it will get dynamically downloaded, even though it will looks like to you that everything has all the things whatever you need on this web page, it is there in front of you. It's still downloading in the background. So that is what it's dynamically. So what is the advantage in this one is like no, the loading time gets considerably reduced. And then you can I mean that is the main factor actually, the loading time, right? It's dynamically gets reduced. And then the less the internet also will get used. When I say less internet, it's on the need basis, okay, because it is so fast, right? In many times when you hover over this page, right, the a couple of bunch of things will drop down, bunch of list will come down, right? All those things are dynamically loaded. Okay, because in the initial web page it won't be there. When you hover over a mouse, right, it will show to you, it will get downloaded, or else it will be hidden in the background, or it will get downloaded. Okay, so what happens in your test case, right? Because in the Java, right, everything is so quick. Okay, say for example, there is like one, two, three, four, five options are here. Okay, five links are here, you can move. Okay, say for example in your website, right, sorry, in your test case, you have written saying that okay, I want four images, and what are the images are going to be loaded, means like no, say for example you do this, click, like no, it will take a moment for this to get loaded. Okay, if the internet speed is low or for whatever reason. So when it is bit slow, means like no, your Java, your script will go ahead and say that like no, we look for the item and say okay, the item is not there, so it must be the test case has failed, and it will fail the test case. But actually what has happened in the back, in the real world, in the real time, right, it has just taken some time to get downloaded. Okay, so that is where the weight comes into the picture. So all you do is like no, before you do something, wait for some time for the page to load, and then do the certain operation. Okay, that's all to it's to wait. Okay, there was a very good website which I picked up. Yeah, this is it actually. Let me close this. I opened Chrome. Okay, so this is a demo website. Okay, so what I've done is like now, if you look here, so you see this here, right, this color suddenly changed red color, and then this button is still disabled. Okay, after 10 seconds it has become enabled. Okay, so and then if you click this timing alert, right, the alert won't happen immediately. Okay, after come, okay, you see this alert, right, it took about like 5 or 6 seconds to come, this alert to come. Okay, say for example this they have done it purposefully. Okay, but in the real time, very much chance there is a chance it can happen actually, because when you click something, like no, something might be, it may contact the server to get this something, and then alert will pop up after that. Okay, but in our code, right, we saw how to accept the alert, right? Let's do that one here. and then our test case will fail. If our test case will fail, because it will click this button and it will immediately look for the alert, and then the test case will fail, and then we will include the weights, and then we will see how to solve that issue, and then we'll go into the whole concept of what is weight and synchronous weights. Okay. Bear with me for a moment. Because I want to use the the default profile, that's why I'm doing this. This we saw long before actually. So if you every time you do a test, you do any kind of test case, right? Uh, it opens like pretty much most of you will know about incognito mode, right? If you open anything in incognito mode, right, whatever browsing you have done, it won't come up here. Okay, so whenever in the same for the Firefox and the Chrome also, whenever you do any kind of automation without using the default profile, right, it will come up in the incognito, not incognito, it will come up with a new profile. So every time, so that what happens is like that there is advantage to it actually, because it will be fresh. There is nothing holding, I mean, there is no history, nothing is there, no cookie, nothing is there, everything will be fresh. But it, at any case, if you want to use the default profile, which it has been used regularly in that system, right, you have to do it like this. Okay, so all I'm doing is like now there is a object class called as Firefox profile. This profiles INI, right, it will search for all the profiles, all the different types of profiles available. In sometimes people will create their own profiles, but default is the default profile which will get installed by default. Okay, so I'm getting that profile. There's something called as Firefox options. I will explain to you. Okay, so now what I've done is like now there are a lot of other things what you can do. Okay, say for example, when I say a lot of other things means like now you want how do you say that, you want to load certain certificates, you want the window to be in certain size, you want in a different mode, all the different options, because whenever Selenium does like now it opens the browser like this, means again it's a default display. But if you want to configure the browser itself, right, you have to get into the Firefox options. These kind of things, when it will come into the picture is like now if anytime any kind of website where the heavy of those like not dynamic image like games or anything is involved, right, are those kind of things you have to do different options, because it is very vital to search like maximize and in certain size, start with that, those kind of things. And then if you are doing a secure connection also, like now HTTPS will get involved, where news you remember when you do go to any kind of weird websites, right, it will say that are you still want to browse, that kind of options you want to get it off by default, means like no, you have to go with Firefox options. Okay, don't worry about it, just remember in your mind there is a way to configure the browser itself using Firefox options. When you get into that one, right, when a requirement comes, right, just investigate it, because it is a very vast topic, we can't cover this one. Okay, so if you get any requirement comes, right, then get into that one and investigate it on the need, learn it according to need basis. Okay, so let me create a driver now. So usually we will do just Firefox driver, that's it, right? So we want to configure this driver to according to our need. Okay, so I'll just give the options as input. Okay, so what will happen is like now when the driver opens the browser, right, it will use these options. In the options I have set the profile, and the profile is the default profile. Okay, so now we have done that. Now let's open that one. and then we're going to click this button. Let's use ID itself. And this is the oh no, we want the ID, right? And then we want to click that one, and then an alert will come up, so we want to handle that alert. Okay, so this is pretty simple. Okay, so once you click this one, let us just quickly validate. Yeah, this alert will come, and the alert should get accepted. Okay, this is how you will normally do the program. Oh, the ID is timing alert on the right. Now, okay, if I run this one, right, this step will fail because the reason is like now, once it does the click, right, it will immediately expect the alert to come up. Okay, so but the alert won't be available, so this accept will obviously will fail. So let's run this one. Oh no, oh, I didn't set the Gecko drivers. But the system has failed actually, saying that see, this is what no alert present exception has come up. Okay, so this will happen in the real time. Okay, many times. Okay, we need a way to handle this one. Okay, so what is the most common way? Okay, forget about the weights for a minute. Okay, we can do this using the Java, using purely Java itself without using any Selenium functionality itself. First, I will do it using that, and I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll get into the Selenium options. Okay, let's see. Let's say that I am going to wait maximum of 10 seconds. Okay, so count equal to, let's say 10. See, it got accepted now. This one. Oh yeah, yeah. This, because of this it came. Once it gets accepted, just get here. Okay. Okay, see, it got accepted, and then the program ended successfully with the alert has been accepted. Okay, I'll explain to you how I did it. It's pretty simple actually. Okay, so what I'm doing is like now I have got a while loop. Okay, so it's going to execute 10 times. This while loop is going to execute 10 times because I'm doing count minus minus. Okay, this thread dot sleep, right, what this will do is like no, it is very important. Remember this function. Okay, for the, apart from other than Selenium, like no, this will be really useful actually. This is really simple. Okay, this thread itself is a Java, it's a Java object class. Okay, so it provides you with a something function called a sleep. In this one you can put milliseconds, how many milliseconds you want to sleep the current thread. When you put 1000 milliseconds here, means like no, the current thread, right, current execution thread, right, it will get stopped for one second, and then after 1 second it will wake up, and then it will start exactly from the next line onwards. Okay, so don't worry about this at this moment. So what will happen is, you know, the while, so it will come here, count minus will happen, it will execute this line, and then it will wait for 1 second, and then it will start carrying on. So totally, what is the maximum this can run is, total wait time can be, it's like no 10 seconds. Okay, because the thread the loop can go for 10 times. Okay, so what I'm doing inside here is like no, I'm trying to accept an alert. Okay, when it comes for the first time, right, the alert obviously won't be there. Okay, immediately what will happen, we know that no alert exception will be thrown. Okay, that when the exception is thrown from here, right, it will be caught here, and then I am not doing anything here. Okay, don't do anything, just continue looking for the alert. Okay, so I'm not doing anything here, it will carry on. Okay, it will come here, and then it won't do anything because there is no code here, and then it will come to this line and then do the count minus minus, and it will sleep for the thread, and again do it again, it will look for the accept message. Okay, so because of this, what will happen, every 1 second it will look for the alert message and try to accept it. If the alert message still hasn't come up, means like no, it will throw an exception, it will carry on doing it. Okay, how many times this can maximum it can happen is, it can happen for maximum of 10 times. Even after 10 times it is not available, means the alert hasn't come up, means like no, it will come out of it. Obviously it won't be able to accept it, we won't be able to get, we wouldn't have gotten this message. Okay, this message, getting this message is indication of this has passed. Okay, the test case has passed. Okay, so obviously we won't get this message. Okay, so at any time before the 10 seconds, the alert has actually appeared, means like no, the alert will get accepted, and this message, because if the alert is not there, means like no, it won't execute this line, because exception will be thrown in this line itself, and then it will come here itself. Okay, it will come here and then carry on. The only possibility when this line can get executed, right, when this line has successfully executed, if no exception has been thrown. So once the message gets accepted, right, once the actual alert comes up and gets accepted, then this line will executed, and then the break will happen, it will come out of the loop, while loop, immediately. Okay, let me print out count how many seconds it actually waited. Okay, it will tell you this one. I need to put the Qt actually, so the Windows getting opened. See, it has clicked it and it's waiting. Okay, so it has waited for 7 seconds. Okay, after seven iterations, it was able to, the alert came up and then it got accepted, and it's printing out how many times it has done the iteration, the count. Okay, so oh no, so it has been 3. Okay, so I started with 10, right? So 7 minus 10 is 3. Okay, so it waited for 3 seconds. Within 3 seconds the alert came up. Okay, our thing is it can wait till 10 seconds. Okay, so this is using this how I assume everyone understood what I'm doing here actually. Okay, so how I'm doing it is like, now I haven't used any Selenium code. Everything I have used is purely Java code itself. Okay, using Java code itself. Okay, before without using all these things, right? There is a easy way to do it in the Selenium itself. Okay, all these things can be done in a single line. Okay, I'll just do that line and then let's manage. No, we want implicit wait, right? Okay. Explicit wait, sorry. Don't worry, I've explained everything to you guys. Okay. No, it's okay. So I need to create a... No, I don't need to do this. 1 second, wait, I'm missing something actually because I didn't get... only until function expected condition. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, what? Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Okay, what is present? Then do that set. Okay, just going to comment out this bit. See, it waited till the alert came and then it got accepted, and that's it. Okay, so that's what if you use your own Java code, right? It is this long, and then you have to do it differently for each circumstance. Okay, if you want to do it using the Selenium itself, it will become so small. Okay, now I'll just first explain to you what are the different weights that are available, and then I will explain to you what I did here. Okay, now there are two types of weights, and then the second one has got two more subdivisions in it. Okay, so first weight is like implicit weight, and then next type is explicit weight. Okay, and then under explicit weight, right, there are two topics available, right, and fluent weight. Okay, because I'm not going to cover fluent weight alone, because I will explain to you what it is, and then so that like you guys know that. But fluent weight is like pretty deep. You'll get confused actually if I get into that topic. Okay, once you are really comfortable with the implicit and explicit and WebDriver weight, right, then you touch the fluent weight on your own. Okay, you will be able to understand it. Okay, I will explain to you what it is. It's very similar, and then there is no very special requirements alone. They will use fluent weight. Okay, pretty much WebDriver weight will satisfy all your explicit weight requirement. Okay, in some circumstances, very rare circumstances, you may want to go to fluent weight as well. Okay, now let's get into what is implicit weight and explicit weight. Okay, implicit weight is right now the main difference between implicit and explicit weight, right, it is common to all the all the search, all the searches. Okay, when I say the when I say the when I first of all when I say weight, right, usually weight will come into the picture. Okay, uh, when do you when do you when you think of the circumstance when you're going to use weight. Okay, when you're going to do a weight is like no, when you are trying to find an element and the find element is not yet available means like no, then only you need the weight. Okay, how do you find the element? Obviously by searching the browser for a specific with a specific condition. Okay, either by id or whatever it might be. So only during when you try to find the element, right, at the time only weight will come into the, most of the times weight will come into the picture. In rare circumstances, this kind of alert or page load, right, there are extreme conditions, there are different conditions also there. Okay, but most 90% of the time, right, there's this weight will come into the picture when you're trying to find an element. Okay, and the element is still not available or element is still not activate and the element is still not loaded fully, it's still in the midway of loading, and those kind of circumstances only this weight is required for you. Okay, that is what it's common to all the searches. Okay, so when you do implicit weight, right, when you declare I haven't told you guys how to declare the implicit weight, just remember the concept alone. Okay, when I do the implicit weight, right, that is you just need to do it only once, and then it is that implicit weight will be applicable to be all the searches that is going to be done on the driver. Okay, done using the driver. So you need to just tell the driver that okay, the implicit weight is going to be 10 seconds, and then from you don't need to mention that again. You don't need to refer that again. Okay, from that point onwards, right, whenever the driver is doing any kind of search, right, it will assume that weight is for 10 seconds. Okay, that is what it is. But the explicit weight, right, that is available, the explicit weight should be applied for each search. Okay, when I say each search in the sense, right, how the implicit weight was, you just need to tell it once, and then it is available for all the searches from that point onwards, right. But in the explicit weight, right, if you mention explicit weight, and you will mention explicit weight in a particular search, and what it means is like no, that explicit weight is available only for that search. When you do the next search again, right, when you're going to do another find element or another search, right, you have to mention the explicit weight again. Okay, there are advantage and disadvantage in both. Okay, the advantage in implicit weight is like no, obviously the code is so simple because you just need to tell it once. Okay, but the problem is like no, if you say 20 seconds means like no, say for example one object might take only 5 seconds to load, another object might take 10 seconds to load. Say for example object A takes 5 seconds to load, object B takes 10 seconds to load, object C takes 20 seconds to load. So what you have to do is like no, you have to give the implicit weight as a maximum. When I say maximum, it's like no, 20 seconds is the maximum. C element is going to take 20 seconds. Even though A will be loaded in 5 seconds, what will happen is like no, implicit weight you have to give 20 seconds. Okay, because it's going to common for all the three elements. Okay, so if if the weight is going to be common for all the three elements, means you obviously what is the maximum wait time you will give the 20 seconds, because that is the highest value, highest amount of weight which can happen. Okay, so obviously you will give 20. Now what's the problem will happen is like now, say for example something goes wrong, what will happen is like now it will wait for A element 20 seconds and then it will fade, it will wait for B element 20 seconds, it will wait for C element 20 seconds. So totally you got 60 seconds of waiting time. But if you use explicit time, right, the coding gets increased. But the advantage is like no, the explicit wait applies for each individual search. Okay, so for the A, right, you will mention the explicit wait is going to be 5 seconds. For the B, you will mention the explicit wait is going to be 10 seconds, and then for the C, the explicit wait is 20 seconds. So what happened now is like no, 20, 15, and 5. So it's 40 seconds only the maximum. If everything goes wrong, maximum it can only 40 seconds can happen, and then in the implicit wait the problem is the time taken is 60 seconds. Okay, that is the reason pretty much most of the people lean towards explicit wait, because they don't mind doing extra coding, they want to save the time heavily. Okay, they don't want to just but just do like common wait time and then leave it. Okay, and then again if it depends also. Okay, because if you are going to search in a driver only a couple of items means like then you can do the implicit wait. But if the number of search is going to keep on increasing, right, it is better to do the explicit wait. Okay, now there is another major disadvantage in implicit wait. I will just explain to you. Okay, it is common for search. Okay. The main problem with the implicit wait is right now. Okay. Uh, implicit wait the implicit wait, right? It is just looking for the elements whether it has been loaded or not. Okay, you can't do anything else other than that in the implicit wait. When I say whether the element has been loaded or not, right? You can't do you can't do any kind of conditions. When I say any kind of conditions means like now, say for example, okay, you're looking for a particular element. Okay, if the particular element is visible or not. Say for example, yeah, submit button only will be enabled if all the elements, in a form, all the text box needs to be filled. Then only the submit button will get enabled. If that is option means like no, implicit wait won't work there, because what you want to put a condition saying that okay, click the submit button only when the submit button gets enabled. Okay, you can't do an implicit wait there. The reason is like no, because you want to put a condition there. Okay, what condition is there? Like no, if the button becomes enabled or the button is clickable, then do the click. Okay, or else wait till it becomes clickable. Okay, so you can't do it at the implicit wait level, at the common level, because implicit wait only will handle it is common for everything. Okay, so that you can't apply the weight at the individual level. Okay, so you want to apply a condition for a specific element means like no, you have to go for explicit weight. Then only you can do conditions, because conditions can't be applied for all the elements. It can be applied only to at the individual level. Okay, I will explain to you what conditions means. Okay, in a second. Okay, let's do first how do you do implicit weight. Okay, implicit weight is really simple to do the implicit weight. Okay, private dot manage dot I think wait, yeah, wait, no, actually, yeah, timeout, sorry, start, yeah, implicit wait. Seconds. Yeah, that's all you need to do for the implicit wait. You don't need to do anything else. But what this does is like now, what this implicit wait what this line does is like no, it waits for 10 seconds for the element to load. Okay, so it just waits for 10 seconds for the element to load. Okay, if the element is available means like no, it will just come out of it, say that the condition is there, has been satisfied. Okay, let me explain to you what I mean by that. Okay, so if I just refresh this page, right, the element is going to come up after a while. Okay, disabled. See this one, right? This visible element was not there. Okay, now it came up. Okay, now what is the condition here is like no, so it became visible. Okay, now you want to put a condition. You want to say to your code that do only click when the element becomes visible to you. Okay, if you want to do that, right, there is a condition involved. There is think like there is a if condition or something like that is involved. Okay, but the problem is you can't do that in the implicit wait. Why you can't do it in the implicit wait is like now, because it's common for everything. All it does is like now, okay, what is this? Simply visible is one does. That is invisibility. Yeah, let's use the ID itself. I'm just going to implicit wait. No, we can use the ID itself actually. This will result in an error actually. Nothing happened here. Void. Oh yeah, that's my mistake. I did the click button before opening the website itself. See, it didn't wait for 10 seconds. It immediately tried to click this element. Okay, try to click this element because implicit way the thing is still not loaded yet, but still it tried to click it because even though you gave the implicit wait as 10 seconds. So what should have happened? What you would have expected to happen is like, no, this you would have expected the Selenium to wait for 10 seconds for this element to load and then click it. Okay, but that is not the purpose of the implicit wait. Okay, implicit wait, right? The only purpose of the implicit, say for example I do something like this. Okay, then it will wait for 10 seconds and it will fail. Okay, page is loaded. See, it's not failing it, it's waiting for 10 seconds. It's still searching for that element. Okay, you see here it is searching for that element by ID. Okay, still hasn't found it. After 10 seconds it failed. Now that has happened. Okay, but when I for this one, why it failed immediately is like, no, because even though the element is not visible to you, it is not visible to you, but in the background, right? When I refresh this one, this element is still available, but it will be just hidden. Look at it. See this, right? Invisibility element is still available. Okay, it just got enabled. Okay, if you what I mean by that is like, now, see, if someone who has done some kind of HTML, right, there is an option to hide and enable it. Okay, so what all implicit wait does is like, no, it will look for that element. Okay, it will look for this invisibility element. If the element is available means like, no, then it means that implicit wait has been satisfied. Okay, so if the element is not, if it's not able to find the element, right, then it will wait for 10 seconds. Okay, now what's the problem here is like, no, even though the element, we have found the element in the HTML, but it's still not in clickable yet because it doesn't appear to the user yet. Okay, but implicit wait won't care about it actually, because all implicit wait does is like, no, are you able to find that element? Yes. If you are able to find the element, that's it. I don't have anything to do with it. Don't wait for anything. My condition is success. Okay, carry on with the next forward. But if you are not able to find that particular element, means like, no, then keep on waiting till you are able to find it. Okay, so that is what happened when I do this, right? There is no such element like this. Okay, so it is still searching for that element in the HTML. Okay, so it is not able to find it. Okay, then wait, then keep on waiting. Okay, that is why you saw like, no, multiple searches were coming up. Is null is coming. After 10 seconds of searching of this element, then it gave up and then it threw an error. Okay, so that is what implicit wait does. Okay, implicit wait will look for the element to be available in the HTML page. If the element is available means immediately the implicit wait condition will be satisfied and then the next operation will be carried out. Okay, but in most of the circumstances what will happen is like, no, the only time where the implicit wait will be useful is like, no, if your page is heavy. When I say heavy means like, no, lot of elements are there, it is taking some time to load. When I say it is taking some time to load means like, no, the element itself hasn't been loaded, the element itself hasn't appeared in the HTML yet means like, no, then implicit wait will be used. Okay, you see, whenever I refresh, right, you see this thing is partially gets loaded and then everything in one, that circumstance implicit wait will be useful. Once the page is loaded, right, implicit wait will be able to find everything. Okay, and then if it is a DOM object, when I say DOM object means like, no, it is dynamically downloadable object as well. So like, in that circumstance also implicit wait. But apart from that, in no circumstance implicit wait won't be useful, because if the element is hidden or else the alert hasn't happened, oh yeah, again you can't do any kind of alert handling in the implicit wait, because implicit wait only works on the elements. Okay, so this color change, this visible and invisible, if I refresh it, right, you keep an eye on these three elements. Okay, one is disabled, I can't click it at this moment. Okay, after a while the color has changed to red color. and then this will become enabled. Now it is clickable, okay, and then this is happen. All these things, right? None of these things can be handled by the implicit wait. That is why explicit wait comes into the picture. It is like, because when you, in the implicit wait, if you do anything, right, it is applicable for all the elements in the page, okay. But you want to do it on the element level, right? You have to use explicit wait, okay. So I just copy this code. So just remember this one, okay. Just satisfied and satisfied. No condition. Okay. So implicit wait will just look for the element to be available, and once the element is available, the implicit wait condition will be satisfied. Okay, immediately it will come out of it. Okay, and no condition can be applied to the implicit wait. When I say no condition, it's okay, there is no special condition saying that okay, wait till the elements come visible, wait till the color changes to red, wait till the element is clickable. All those things. Wait till the alert is present. Now you can't do any kind of things in the implicit wait. All those things you can do it only in the explicit wait. Okay. Let's jump on, let's copy and paste this code. In any circumstance, this is the only line of code you will do for implicit wait, okay? Driver, and then in the driver there is a function called as manage, okay? And then manage means like now that's what you just need to just browse around what are the options available. Okay, it will have a lot of other options, okay? If you want to add a cookie, you want to clear the cookies, and then once you get the window right, you can do those kind of size management, maximize, set size, those kind of things you can do. There is a lot of all the, if you want to do any kind of browser operations, right, you will usually use manage, okay. Sorry. Okay, so under the manage there is something called as timeouts, which will handle the timeouts, okay. In this one, if you just see that, right, there's two more things are available, okay. Page timeout, load timeout, and script timeout. I'll just explain to you what page load timeout is. Page load timeout is like, usually sometimes the page takes some time to load, right? If you want to set a threshold there, say for example you are expecting according to your requirement, right, the page should load in 3 seconds, but the developer has go ahead and said like heavy images. If he has put in lot of images, and then if the website becomes heavy, means like it will go more than 3 seconds. So if you just set this to page load timeout to 3 seconds, I think you just need to do 3. Just means like if the page doesn't load in 3 seconds, means it will throw an error and then the test case will fail. Okay, it's as simple as that one. Okay, so under the timeouts, right, there is something called as implicit wait, where you will tell how many number of seconds you need to wait, and then what is in what unit it's going to wait. Okay, it's seconds. Usually that is the only thing, because you won't use minutes or nanoseconds or microseconds. Okay, so let's do that one. Okay. Let me remove this one. Okay. As I explained earlier, under explicit wait, right, you won't use this explicit wait directly as explicit wait itself, because for the implicit wait there is something called as implicitly wait. Okay. For explicit wait, right, there is one Selenium has given one class called as WebDriver wait. It's pretty simple. Okay. So what you do is like just go one by one. Okay. It's just a class. You create an object for that class, wait, new WebDriver, and then in the input, right, all you have to give is what is the driver. Okay, because you have to link the driver with the wait. Okay, so you just need to give the driver which you created earlier, and then how many seconds the wait is going to be. It's going to be 10 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever, it depends on your requirement. Okay, so after that it's pretty simple. After that, okay, if you do wait until, okay, and then if you type expected conditions, right, There's a lot of expected conditions are available for you guys for us to use. Okay, we just used alert is present, and then most of the other things like no, the element is clickable or not, and then element to be selected. There are a lot of things, okay, are there. Okay, if you want to more explanation on this one, right, just go to Google, and then if you do. See, it will have an explanation here, okay, for all the different types. Okay, text to be present element means exception will be thrown given in the text is present in the element and matches the given below. Okay, it will wait till this text is available in that element. Okay, if the text will appear after 5 seconds means wait till the text appears in that label after 5 seconds, then come out of it. Okay. So if you want to explore options, we will see couple of things. Okay, we'll see probably couple, visibility, clickable, and then alert. Okay, all the rest of the things right now you can just explore. Okay, and then we will see custom also. When I say custom means like no, you can create your own condition also. If the condition, say for example, if all the conditions given by the Selenium it's not applicable to you, you want some other different condition. Okay, that color is a good example. Okay, that when I first load the website, right, this was in black color and then it changed to red color, right? Say for example, I want to write a condition saying that wait till the color changes to red, right? That we have to do our own condition, expected condition. Okay, we will see that also, how to do that also. Okay, in a minute. Okay, so what I've done here is like now, if you look here, right, I've created a wait object. Okay, in that wait object, I've just given the driver and then I've said that 10 seconds is the maximum wait time. Okay, in that wait, what I've done is like now wait dot until expected conditions dot alert is present. Okay, I just remove this and then do it for you guys. Wait dot, that's a wait we created, object we created. Okay, until expected condition. The expected condition is going to be I want to wait till the alert is available. Okay, till the alert is present. Okay, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, so what will happen is like now the advantage in this one, right, it won't you don't need to do any kind of thread sleep or any kind of sleeps. Okay, so the Selenium itself will keep on checking whether alert is present or not, alert is present or not for 10 seconds. If the alert is not present till the 10 seconds, right now, then it will throw an exception. If the alert is present within the 10 seconds, right, the condition will satisfied, and then it will come to the next step. Okay, it will say that okay, fine, yeah, I have, my condition has been satisfied, so you're okay to carry out your next operation. But if the condition is not satisfied, obviously it is going to fail. Okay, say for example, let me change this to 1 second. Okay, because the alert took about 3 seconds to come, right? That's what we said, right? This will result in an exception saying that the condition is not satisfied, couldn't satisfy the condition within time. See, clicked and then immediately threw an exception. If you look at the exception, right? See, Selenium timeout exception. What timeout means, like no. So it waited for that's what timeout in seconds. Okay, this is how many times it needs to wait till the timeout should happen. Okay, you have said 1 second, so it will wait for 1 second for the alert to come up. No, it didn't come, so it has failed. Okay. I need to put the cute. That's why everything's. Once again, let me close this. Okay, that's all to it. It's really simple. Okay, say for example, we want to do for whether the element is visible or not. Okay, now let's do first the enabled. Okay, that's right. That is ID, disability ID. I don't want to collapse this program, so I'll just create a new class. copy that to see what. This thing, need all these things. We don't need the implicit weight. Okay, what is that? Is ID is disable element, right? That's what I want. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is like now I want to wait till that element is clickable, okay, because it was when the page loaded, right, it was not able to, we were not able to click it, okay, it was disabled. Okay. So again, wait dot until the condition is, expected condition is, see, element to be clickable, okay, and then I just need to give the either the web element or the okay. So what I've done in this step, right, first I've found out the element, because you can again the same thing, again the element will be findable because the element is still there, okay, it's just not enabled yet, okay. I have to look for the element and find the element. Yes, obviously it will find the element, and then what the wait is going to do is like, wait till until expected condition element to be clickable. The Selenium will keep on checking whether the element what you have found here, right, is clickable or not, okay. If it is not clickable, it will wait for 10 seconds, and then once the element becomes actually clickable, right, then the actual click action, it will finish the step and then go to the next step, okay. Let's do that. And say, for example, what we will do is like, we will do one small thing before that as well. Because when it first loaded, right, it will be disabled, the text will be disabled. It was disabled when it was first this printout yielded in disabled, that because the text was disabled, and then it was waiting, okay, it was keep on waiting, and then it became enabled, and then once it comes out of this line, right, the element the text is going to change to enabled, okay. Now it is trying to get the text. Now when it get the text, right, the text has come out as enabled, okay. So that is what happened, okay. So like this, right, you can do any kind of operation. It's really simple, okay. Once you start getting to do that, right, it's because see, basically like the implicit wait, majority of the time, right, implicit wait will be sufficient if you are having a page loading issue. When I say page loading issue, means like if the page is taking some time to load, if your issue is due to page is taking some time to load, or the element or the image is taking some time to load, right, implicit wait will satisfy your condition. But if you want to do any kind of this kind of specific condition, right, then it is definitely useful to come to the explicit wait, okay. You can have both implicit and explicit wait in a driver, okay, because implicit wait is not going to interfere with the explicit wait, okay, and the explicit wait is not going to interfere with the implicit wait, okay. And again, implicit wait will be applicable to only to one particular element, okay. But if for all the other elements you want a common wait time, then you can use implicit wait, okay. Now let's see how to do some conditions, which specific condition which is not available. Okay. Now what we are going to do is like, this expected condition, right? Basically that itself is a class. Okay, that itself is a class. So what we are going to do is like, no, we need a condition which is not given by them, by these guys. Okay, so we are going to create a condition for ourselves. Okay, by ourselves. So all I need to do is it's really simple to create that as well. Okay, so let's see. So the objective I'm going to do is like, now I'm going to wait for till the color is going to change to red. Okay, so if you look for the expected conditions, right, there is no options to check the color or anything like that. Okay, so the element change color, nothing is there. Okay, there's no such because it's a very narrow kind of condition. They have given most of the conditions, which is a common conditions which is used by among all the things, all the users. Okay, but these kind of very narrow requirements, right? There is a way to do it also. Okay, expect conditions. Just let us call the reference condition. If you do expected conditions, right? No, expected condition. See, it will itself do everything for it will itself do pretty much everything to you. Okay, all you have to I think I need to do a boolean there. I'll tell you why there is boolean. Just delete this one. Okay. What is the element to this? It is color bar. Okay, and the color is red. Okay. I found the element. What was attribute name? Okay, this style should be color red. Okay. Why this is not extreme cases, but I just wanted to say you guys this option is available because I know it will be a bit hard to remember this one. Okay, the main important thing is you just need to remember the implicit and the explicit wait, how to do that. This one, like this, going deep inside the explicit wait, right? You just need to keep it in your back of your mind because many times it has come up for me, like, you know, a special requirement has come. Okay, a special kind of search wait has come up for me which is not given by Selenium. Okay, so that's why I'm just giving this to you. Okay, even if you don't understand deep, right? So just understand at top level, and then keep in mind there is an option to do this. Okay, so that you know it can be done. Okay. Let me put that in the work. I'm just going to comment out these things. Okay, this one I don't need. Just remove this. This one also. Okay. Wait until the wait until the condition which I created, audio to this condition. Let me print out the style before the condition, and let me print out one more time. Okay, so what I'm doing here is like now I'm just finding the element, and then I'm printing out the attribute of that element, one particular attribute, the attribute which is style. Okay, so it's going to first it's going to print out color is black, and then it will go and wait for the condition. Once the condition is satisfied, it's going to print out color red. Okay, I will first show you guys this execution, and then I will explain to you how it is done. Okay. See, the first time it has said that color is black, and then after a while it has said that color is red. Okay, see, that's what has happened. Okay, now let's look into the condition, because all I have done is like now in under the until, right? Usually we will use some expected condition what the Selenium has given. Okay, expected conditions which Selenium has given, either the element is clickable or the element is visible or the alert is present or something like that. But in some circumstance where I need to have a custom condition, right, I have created a new condition by myself. Okay, how do you create a new condition is, right, or you have to create something called as expected condition. Okay, and then it should return a boolean. Okay, so I'm not going to explain this one what it is. Okay, what I'm trying to do here is like now, so if you look into this expected condition, right, this is just an interface. So wow. Okay, so for in the expected conditions, right, I am because obviously you can't create an object for an interface. Okay, so I need to in the real time what should happen is like no, I should do like this. I should create my own class, and then okay, so I have to create a class, and then I have to implement expected condition. Okay, so this is how I have to create a new expected. If I want to create my own expected expected condition, right, I have to do it this way. Okay, so I need to create my own custom expected condition. Okay, so I've created a new class, and then that should definitely implement the expected condition. Okay, it should be a child of the expected condition. Okay, then only you can give it inside the until. Okay, otherwise you can't give it in the until. Okay, inside the expected condition, I definitely need to override this one, because if you look into this interface, right, there will be only one. If you look at this function, right, there is only one class, only one method is there, okay, which is apply. Okay, you definitely need to, we need to implement that apply method. Okay, so if you look into this expected implementation, right, what I'm doing is, like, I'm just overriding that one. Okay, whatever is they've said in expected conditions, I'm defining it, redefining it. Okay, that's what it is. Because again, in the Java, what I told you, the interface will have the declaration. It won't have any kind of definition. So if you want to implement any interface, you have to define all the declarations that is done in the interface. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. There is a declaration done in the interface, I'm defining it here. Okay, so defining it means I'm giving a meaning to it, I'm giving a what the function is going to do, because it will be an empty function here. Okay, there won't be anything inside this function. Okay, just the function name, and don't worry about this t and all, just the function name, and then it ends. Okay, because usually the function will have a definition, right? But in the interface there won't be any definition at all. Okay, it's an interface, it's not a class. Okay, so in your class where you implement that interface, right, you need to give a definition. Okay, and the definition is going to be, okay, find that element, and then in that element get an attribute called a style, and then check if the style is color red. Okay, if the color is red means return true, because my condition is satisfied, true. Okay, if the color is not red means, like, no, wait, return false. Okay, that's all I'm doing it. So usually what they will do is, like, no, rather than going through a separate class, right, they will do it here in this quick way. Here, this is definitely that is equivalent to this one. Okay, what because I will upload all this code actually, and then you can analyze it. Okay, that is exactly equivalent to this one. The only drawback difference between doing it here and doing it here is, like, no, if I do it inside a class means, like, no, this condition object, right, it is only available for this particular class. But if I do it separate, if I'm going to use that one in multiple locations means, like, no, then I have to do it separately, because I don't want to do the same code again and again in different class. Okay, if that piece of code is going to be, that class is going to be used in multiple places means, like, no, it is definitely better to do it separately. And then where is the way to, yeah, sorry, yeah. Okay, so if I don't want to do this, now I've created a separate class, right? All I have to do now is, like, no, extend. I'm going to comment out this code, and I just need to give you. That's it. It will work exactly similar to what we did here. Okay, so why that, now you guys understood, right, why I'm doing it here, why I don't want to do it outside. Because why I'm doing it here is, like, no, because this object, this condition object is going to be only used by inside this class. I don't have multiple classes yet. Okay, but in some circumstances, in a big project, right, where the condition is going to be used multiple times means, like, no, then it is worth doing it as a separate class, so that you can create the object for that class whenever you want, and then just use that condition straight away. Okay, now I will explain to you guys how this condition is done. Okay, again, this kind of interface overriding concept within a class, right, that might be a bit stretched for you guys actually, because once you get into Java really well, when I say get into Java means, like, no, once you get a good grip on what interface and how to handle the interface, right, then this will be understandable for you guys. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, like, rather than creating a separate class, right, I know this interface, I'm creating an object for this interface, and then again, don't take that literally, I'm creating an object for that interface by overriding the methods what are there in the interface. Okay, so that is why I was able to create the object. Okay, but for any interface, right, you can't create an object at all. Simply, this is a simple Java question. If they ask means, like, no, can you create an object for interface? No, you can't. Okay, at any circumstance you can't create. Only way you can create is, like, no, you have to implement that interface into a class, and then you can create an object for that class. Okay, that is the only way you can do it. Okay, so again, why I'm saying it again and again is, like, no, because don't stress out if you don't understand this completely, because the most important thing in the Selenium weights, right, one is to understand implicit weight and understand explicit weight. Okay, so implicit weight will again, let's go here. Implicit weight will be useful. It is commonly used when page takes longer time to load, Okay, so what it means is like no, it takes more time to load. Where the page takes more time to load, okay, means like no, implicit wait will come in handy, because the element you are searching for is it's still not available, so wait for it. Okay, but in the explicit wait, if the element is available but not yet accessible for the driver, then use explicit wait, and then explicit wait is also, so use to implement custom weights. Okay, custom conditions. Okay, so again, if this example would made it clear. Okay, so when I had the implicit wait, right, you remember I just changed this to something. I had implicit wait, and then change this element to like some this timing alert to something like this, and then it failed immediately. Sorry, it didn't fail immediately. It waited for 10 seconds and then it failed, because it's still searching for that element. Okay, but if I do this, that what is it, that visibility, that element, right, invisibility, the element, right, that element will immediately, it will fail. Okay, if invisibility something that the element id was, okay, it will fail. The reason it fails, because like no, the element is available, when the element is available but it's still not yet clickable. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, implicit wait will only look for the element is available or not. If the element is available, that's it, the condition is satisfied. But if you want to go one step ahead beyond of that, like no, whether the element is clickable or visible, because there is a difference between the visible and available inside the HTML. Okay, visible means available means it's available in the HTML code, but it's not yet visible to the user. Okay, and then that in that condition, and the element is not clickable, and the alert, for example, the alert, and then there is a lot of other things. Okay, you can explore what are the other options are available in the expected conditions. Okay, if any of those circumstances, new condition needs to be implemented, right, we have to definitely use the explicit wait. Okay, and again, in the back of your mind, remember that if the all the expected conditions given by the Selenium is not it's not enough for you guys, means like no, then you can implement your own expected condition. Okay, because I have used it a lot actually, because it was useful for me, because I can't tell you guys exactly remember, but I have used it a lot. Okay, so once you understand good once you become proficient in Java, right, that code, what I did there, like no, that will be easy for you. Till that time, right, all you need to do is like no, just copy this piece of code, and then just change this alone. Okay, because all you need to do is like no, you can do your own condition and say that when return true or false. Okay, when you return true means the condition has been satisfied, your custom condition has been satisfied, and return false means the custom condition has been satisfied. Just keep on waiting. Okay, that's all to it. Okay, but just copy this code alone. Okay, just understand this, what I'm doing here alone. Okay, that is the most important thing. Okay, so this is what implicit wait and explicit wait means. Okay, so what Rajni asked, what Rajni question was like no, what she wanted to know was like no, usually when they do the wait, right, they want to know when the page has loaded. Okay, when the page is successfully loaded. Okay, usually one way of doing it is like no, it's not a very recommended way. One way of doing it is like no, check whether the last element is available or not. Okay, by logic, right, if the last element is available means all the previous elements it means that you can assume that it is available. Okay, but the problem in doing that way is like no, sometimes what happens is like no, it can do you see, when you load any web page, right, it won't load like no, in an order, in a proper order. First it will load this one, second this one. You see there's like no, everything will be scattered. Okay, because you will see the image in the bottom image, but in the middle image won't be loaded yet. Okay, so it is not always very highly recommended to do it that way. But if you know for sure that it is going to be ordered, it is going to be loaded in an order, means like, then you can do the last one. Okay, so the best and the first most and safest thing is like no, just find out how much time it takes for the page to load. Okay, and then do the where is driver. Okay, first find out what is the maximum, what is the time it takes usually for the load. Okay, and do this one. Okay, driver dot not wait, sorry, dot manage dot timeouts dot page dot timeout. Okay, in this one just give the 10 seconds or 20 seconds first of all. Okay, so that like no if it goes more than beyond 20 seconds, then obviously something is wrong. Okay, you don't need to accommodate that level of this thing. Okay, if 20 seconds is a requirement, like now you can strictly fail it. Developer recommends, oh no, I have the more resources that have been added, that's why it's taking too much time. Then you can send him back saying that, oh no, that is the requirement I got. Okay, the 20 seconds. Okay, that is the best way to do it. Then what you have to do is like no, then if you are not sure, means like no, just give basically the implicit weight. Okay, at the top level, just give the implicit weight once alone, saying that see, think for yourself, some come up with a sensible number. Okay, 10 seconds, because giving 60 seconds are not too much. Okay, you don't need to wait for 60 seconds for an element to load or for an image to load. The internet is not going to be that crazy. Okay, just give an implicit weight. Okay, and then that's it. Just do this page load timeout, just give implicit timeout, and try to run your all the test cases without any kind of weights or alone. Okay, just run it. Once it will fail, a lot of test cases might fail because the element might still not be available. Okay, in that case is like no, just increase the time implicit weight to little bit 5 seconds or more 5 seconds. Okay, then it will get rid of lot of the issues. Okay, but if still some issues are still some test cases are failing, means like no, then what it means is like no, that the element has got a special condition. When I say special condition, means like no, the element is loaded, but it is not loaded for the user yet. Okay, when I say loaded, it's like no, the element is available in the HTML code, but it is not yet ready for the visible to the user. Okay, in that condition, right, like no, use explicit wait for those kind of special elements alone. Okay, so this is how you have to do it. Okay, so if you do it, just wait till the last element to load, means like no, these kind of shortcuts, right? Logical. These are good logics, okay. But the thing is, like, no, it may not work in all the circumstance. So you have to come up with the proper way of. Okay, the first and foremost way is like, no, do the page load timeout threshold. Say that 20 seconds. Then do the implicit wait timeout. Then run your test case. Then see what are the test cases are failing. Okay, if the test cases are failing, just increase the implicit timeout a little bit, 5 or 10 seconds. Some of the test cases will start passing because some of the elements might be loaded in that meantime. Okay, so if element is still failing after giving implicit wait for 30 seconds or so, then it means that it is not failing because of it failed to load. It is failing because of some other reason. Okay, so then find out the reason why it is. There might be a reason for it. When I say reason, means like, find out the condition why it is failing. Find out the condition when it will becomes enabled, when it is available for you to use. Okay, then put that condition in the explicit wait and do that for specific element. Okay, this is how you have to do it. Okay, we will implement all these things. Okay, whatever we saw in the coming sessions, because in the next session we are going to see one test framework. Okay, JUnit test framework, that is pretty simple. Okay, going to deep. Once that framework is done, right? Once that framework is done, right now we are going to like 3 or 4 sessions. Is there going to be in the 3 or 4 sessions right now? We will take one new website and then build a framework, implement completely do the test automation project on that website. Okay, full automation project, so that like most of the topics, whatever we do it in the real time, right, you guys also will come to know about that one. Okay. Okay guys, as usual, okay, I have uploaded the last session in the YouTube. I'll share the link in this one because I know a couple of you guys didn't attend that one. I'll share it. Okay, and then again I've put the code in the drive, Google Drive also. I'll share that link also. Okay. Okay guys, this session is okay. In the next session we will see the test framework. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Bala.
Thanks, Bala.
Thank you, Bala. Bye.
Thanks, Bala. Thank you, Bala.